Welcome back to another episode of Calamity Craft. So, as you can see behind me, the chest monster is indeed growing. I'm definitely going to have to deal with that soon. But today, we are going to continue working on the forest. So, if we look on this way, I have detailed a little bit more of the path. So, there was this whole shulker mess was sitting over here for a while. And so I moved it out of the way. I've made this look pretty, and eventually it will come all the way over to here. I just need to move this and find a better spot for it, but it's just so convenient. It's convenient, I can't help it. But if we walk on down the path here, you can see there's a bush. More of these trees have slowly become a little bit more custom per se. Like back in there, you can still see like there's some trees that have like different leaves on them. There's bushes, you know, all that pretty stuff. But we're not worrying about it today. We're going to go, yeah, I can see like these ones here. These ones I still need to do the leaves for. I just didn't get to it. That one is done. These two are not. And so I also completed a lot more of the path. So over here you can see it goes up to the castle, all the way from the front to the sides over here. And I believe all this was already completed. I still need to do some of the trees over here, but that is okay. I put a tree here. I need to, you know, there's a lot of work still needing to be done, but that's all right. Oh, Justin's online on his alt. Say hello real quick. And so if we just keep heading down over here, this is the area that I want to work on today. So my plan for this spot here is I want a nice little farmhouse and a very overgrown farm here. So every castle town needs a place to grow food. So why not right across? You know, you get a nice view from over here where you can see down. Obviously the trees have overgrown, but at one point you'd be able to see down into this lake that it'll come soon. I'll get to that. Or, you know, just see through to the other areas. And this time we're gonna work on this. This is the next project, so I have a build in mind. Let's go ahead and build that house. And then I will come back and we'll do some of the garden work, because why not? Why not do something on camera other than time lapse? I've been doing a lot of time lapses lately. Let's have a part where I ramble. But first, time lapse for the house. Okay, I'll be back. Woo. And the building is complete. Now you're probably thinking, well, this isn't very interesting, Coco. This is, you know, just looks like a house. You put some vines on it. You cut out a corner of the roof. Like, this isn't much. Why does this look like an incomplete house? Well, we're not done yet. Obviously, this is a ruined little farm area, but I wanted to do part of it on camera with you. So I built the main structure just because I like my little time lapses, okay? What are you gonna do about it? But, so there's the little house. We'll take a quick walk around the side over here. You can see there's like a little workstation. Some of the windows have been broken. Vines are covering it. We got two composters. I don't know how to say it, but I don't know. Got a cauldron. It's out of water, but there's like a water tap that's, oopsies, a water tap attached to it. And then just a general little workstation area where, you can grab your wheat, and you gotta do whatever you do to wheat over here. I don't actually know what you do with it, but, it's a spot for it. And if we walk around the back, I did see this on somebody's Instagram. I don't remember the name, and I'm sorry for that person, but I really like your builds. So I wanted to include something that was going off of it. And it was like a berry bush or like vines that are on, I believe it's called a trellis. I'm learning about gardening stuff, so my terminology is not great, but I like it. It's fun. But it's like some berries that are on a bush that you can, come over and pick. But it's just using leaves and these resin clumps, which is fun to always use new blocks. And I thought it was a cool little detail to add onto the back of the farmhouse. And so what we're going to do is, one, this path needs some changing. But first, we're going to go ahead and start planting some stuff. So I've gone ahead and collected a bunch of different seeds and carrots and stuff, as well as I have some pumpkins and some grass, as well as dandelions. So what we're going to do, I have bone meal. I think it's just in there. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start planting some of these seeds. So I want the back area to have like a bunch of wheat over here. The whole idea is that this garden is overgrown. Somebody has left it to die, but the plants in this area is very lush, as you can tell by the, big trees that have grown over the years. These weren't always here in the beginning, but the wildlife has been flourishing in this area. It's very wet. It's very overgrown. So it would make sense for the wheat to have done the same. Why would the wheat stop growing or like the beetroots or the carrots or the potatoes, when all the berry bushes and stuff is still growing and doing decently well? So why wouldn't the garden? And none of this stuff is meant to be perfect. It's going to be full of leaves. Well, not leaves. It's going to be full of like these grass bushes. There's going to be weeds in there, like dandelions, overgrowing the area. It's not perfect. It clearly looks like someone has not been attending to it in a while. And that is the goal that I am going for with this little farm. Now, definitely for a kingdom, they would have a bigger field than this. But, I'm working with a limited area for this build. It's not something that is, it's not a very big job site, so I'm not going to have like a giant wheat field somewhere. We're just going to use our imagination a little bit and imagine that where the town is today was where the garden, more of the farm stuff was. Now there's a big town over there, but we can imagine that we just walk over here, that this area over here was once a giant hill just full of fields and gardens and stuff, and then one day when the village runs down, people still came back to the area and they took over that land because it wasn't covered in trees from all the farms that used to be there. I don't really know how farms work. I'm just kind of winging this, but I'm having fun with it, making cool builds. So we have big field here, and then we're going to go ahead and just put in a bunch of long grass in some of these areas. We want it to be pretty frequent, actually, because, the farm's not perfect, as I had said earlier. We're going to go ahead, place these throughout. Now, this build's kind of fun for me right now, like the whole garden stuff, because at my house, my mom and I have been really into gardening this spring, which is a lot of fun so far. So we've gotten like a bunch of different seeds. We got a bunch of different tomato plants, some big squash, which is actually doing really well, which is really fun. Some lettuce, types. I'm trying to think about what we have now that I'm talking about it. Some cucumbers. Some of them have done really well, while others are not not doing very well at all, which is disappointing. I hope they do better. And then a bunch of mint, which we put in its own pot. We're not making that mistake of putting it in the ground. We know better than that. A bunch of different herbs and just fun stuff all around, which I'm really excited to see how these things grow. And it's like, my mom has done gardens in the past. She grew up in the countryside, so it's not like unknown to her, but this is the first year I'm like actually paying attention to what she's doing, and it's been a lot of fun getting to see these plants grow over the course of like a few weeks, because we haven't had it for very long, but it's been fun to see. So I don't know, if you want any gardening updates, let me know. I'll go ahead and put those, just some random garden updates in the videos. Why not? Yeah. So we're almost done with just decorating this area, putting a bunch of dandelions around because there's weeds in the, there's going to be weeds in an overgrown garden. None of this stuff would be here without it. And don't worry, I know I saw Spider in the chat. I will respond to him in just a minute. But it's like these kind of gardens, over time, if you're not taking care of them, they overgrow and stuff gets into your plants, and then there's weeds, and you don't want any of this stuff. It's not good. So let's see. I also had some pickles I want to put on top of these pumpkins to kind of look like stems. Doesn't that look like more like a pumpkin than a Minecraft pumpkin? I like this little trick. I think it's cute. So let's put these on top of them. Boop. And then get these ones up here. And then I wanted to make sure I got a lot of, that doesn't go there, a lot of grass in here. I'm kind of avoiding the pathway at the moment because I'm going to redo the path. But when I do that, there we go. And then I should have some more dandelions. Let's just grow some of these while I'm here. I want like a good mixture of big plants, small plants, weeds laying around. Like, it's clear that somebody's not been taking care of this area for a while. And look, that was just, what the heck? I thought I saw him, but I don't know. But like, it's not been that long. Like, what? It took me like 5 minutes and it already looks so much different. It's so cool. I love how just adding a little bit more plants to an area can really change the look of your builds. Oopsies. All right. Look at that. I'll come back when the plants have fully grown. So I'm on the hunt for some azalea trees to get some rooted dirt, and I just ran into this seemingly untouched pillager outpost, and I thought this was a good opportunity to try and actually get some allays, because I don't have any. And while they might not be the most useful creature that we ever voted for, I do like them quite a bit. I think they're so cute, and I just kind of want some that are floating around my base. So we're gonna try and get some. We just gotta get rid of these guys. Hi, buddy. Come on. I am such a bad aim. I mean, we learned this, oh hi, in the other video where I just kind of failed at PvP. Ooh, goat horn. What do we get? I love the goat horns. They're so cool. Take that. That. Not like I need them. I don't need the other stuff. Okay. I'm gonna take this chance to... Never mind. I don't have my shield. I thought I had my shield. I don't. I guess this is what we're working with. I really need to fix my elytra as well. Well, hi, buddy. easy. You can come out here and deal with them for me. Is there any more? Is that it? I guess that's it. Sweet. Let's get these Allays. I'm gonna bring him home. Hi, guys. Oh, aren't you adorable? Here, take this fence. How do I give it to him? There. So I just give them fences. Will they... They're mine now? You guys mine? Yay! You got a friend in me. Oh, and there's 4 of them. There's so many. Hi, guys. Oh, they're so cute. I got my little, they're little ghosties. Hi, guys. Oh, you're so adorable. Okay. Oh my goodness. How do I get them to come home? Will they follow me? I guess if I just drop these, they should follow, huh? Okay, yeah. Alright. I'm gonna bring these guys home, get some rooted dirt, and then we'll get back to the build. Okay, so I'm back. Most of the crops have grown. I mean, some of them are, I think, still... Yeah, like there's one here that's still a little ways. This one's still growing, but, you know, it's close enough to get the grand idea. I also added a few of the wrong button. I've added a few more berry bushes. Honestly, I think there's too many over here. I'm gonna break a few. It's kind of a lot of trial and error, just seeing what works and what's too much. So in that case, it was too much. Honestly, that view right there, there's a lot of berry bushes. I will probably have to get rid of maybe like the one that I'm currently at, and then maybe that one up there. I don't know. It feels like a lot. I'll see. But I do like how they peak in the farm. Like there's berry bush there. There's one there. There's actually one there, but it's not done growing. I like how it peeks through. What we're going to do now, though, is we're going to detail this path. So far, I've been doing the path pretty much off camera. And that's just because it's a lot of repetitive work, and I don't think you want to watch me do it over and over every episode. But seeing as I haven't actually done it in an episode yet, we'll do it now. So I kind of lay out the path with these path blocks. How many times I'm going to say the word path, I don't know. And then I go back in and tear them out to get the general shape of what I want. So I want there to be kind of like a little curve to it around and then lead right up to the front. Still leaving some grass blocks in between. And then I also wanted it to go along the edge here, past the wheelbarrow, over to the end of the farm area right over here. Now, I did break some of the grass along the way, which is fine. I can just go ahead and replace it as need be, since Silk Touch is great. Just gonna fill in any blocks below, just to make my life a little easier. And like that one, I don't want that to be part of it, so fill that in. Also, I have a bad habit of not filling in creeper holes. This is a case of that. It's not completely filled in, but it's close enough where nothing should spawn in there other than maybe a baby zombie, and that's if I'm unlucky. I better be pretty unlucky for that to happen. Knowing my luck, it'll happen, but it's fine. It's fine. So, this path's gonna be a little different than the other ones, but not really. So we're going to start out by taking packed mud and just kind of hopping around, placing it in more of the center areas of the path. Just in a random pattern all the way up to the front door. Since it's dark, we're going to walk in really quick. Just take a little detour. I decorated the inside of the house. It's very simple. Nothing too crazy. Just crafting table. I'm going to actually put some spruced trapdoors here to kind of make it look like a makeshift table. Like a workstation, like outside. Storage, bed, you know. We got a lantern that's fallen. It's not anything fancy. It's a little farmhouse. There's not meant to be much. It's mostly a storage, but you know, whoever was working here was sleeping here, so back to the path. We got just a bunch of packed mud along here. It's kind of like the worn down bits if we think about it, and then just scatter in some brick. So this, like, if you think about it, back in the day, the whole path would have been made out of these mud bricks. And now over time, the path has worn down, so there's less mud brick and a little bit more just random packed mud in throughout. And that should, I think, be good. Yeah, but we'll start with that. So from here, I like to take coarse dirt, because if you think about it, it's just even more worn down version of the mud. Kind of scatter that, again, more towards the center, a little bit around, just a little bit more sparse than the other blocks. Like, I will probably replace a few of these, add a few more. Yeah, it's looking good. And along the outside, I like to put podzol. And maybe it creeps into it a little bit, but it's just like these foresty blocks. They're a bit muddy looking. They kind of creep into the path a bit. And it's like the grass is mixing with the mud in a way. You can see it like over here where it's like more concentrated towards the outsides, and this area is just like a high traffic area, so I'm assuming like the grass and the mud mixes quite a bit to get this muddy podzol-y grass. I honestly don't really know what podzol is. You'd think I would have looked that up by now, but nope, I have no idea. I should look it up. You know, you learn something every day, and maybe I should learn what podzol is. And also around the edges, I like to add just a few path blocks, even though I can't really stand the path block. I'm not a fan of it. I was when it came out, but now I'm like, you know, we have so many, like, so much better blocks that it's kind of like, it's okay. It's not great, but it works. It works when you don't have any other blocks. But in this case, we do have other blocks, and it mixes in quite well with the colors, so I think it works pretty well with it. So I let it slide a little bit, just a little. And so we're going to add a little bit more podzol. Put that there. I can't path block it because that's on it, but it's fine. Put some path blocks here, there. I'm going to change one of these to podzol because I can't make them paths. This one can be a path. Again, we'll do a podzol over here. And it kind of just makes, like, you see like the farmland and the podzol, it kind of mixes it together, making it look like it's similar. So as you walk on down, it's all blended nicely. This is not like too much of a clean line, so I'm going to add a little bit to the side there to kind of give it that wavy look. I don't want anything to be like straight line. I want it to be like very organic looking, not in just a straight direction. I want it to be different. Now here, I do need to go get some, I think there's actually a crafting table over here, so it should be fine. But again, just going to put some more mud along the edge here, and then I'm gonna go get, let's see, did I put a crafting table in here? I literally just walked in here. I did put a crafting table in here. So we're just gonna make some slabs. Easy peasy. Literally the only block out of these that has any kind of slab is the mud bricks, so we're kind of stuck there, and that just makes it so we can go up easy. I'm saying the word easy a lot. This is what happens when I ramble. I just start saying the same words over and over. Coarse dirt, give it a little bit of texture. It's looking good. Now, I spent all this time getting this rooted dirt for a reason. I wanted to put rooted dirt around these pumpkins, so it looks like they're growing, that the roots from the plants are kind of growing into the pathways and around the pumpkins, like it's been here for a while kind of look. to it, so I'm just gonna place a few of the, I didn't mean to get rid of that. Oops. So I want to place a few of these around. Over here I wanted to add some podzol as well. So I'm gonna change out some of the blocks. I'm just not using the shovel because if I use the shovel it will get rid of more blocks than I want. The curse of netherite. So let's just switch out these. And it just gives the whole area a little bit more dimension to the ground. It's not just staring at a big green blob. Like if you look at it now, it's very simple and not too much different. But it's enough to just add a little bit of texture to change up what what we're looking at instead of just one flat color, which is quite nice. So this whole forest you're gonna see like podzol throughout because these big trees spawn it, so I feel like it just only makes sense for this kind of dirt to be grass, I don't really know, again I don't know what it is, to be spread out through the forest. And so let's just add a few more pieces of rooted dirt. Put one here, put one down there. And I'm gonna go ahead and actually put a few in the farm as well. So like this guy hasn't grown yet, so we'll put one there. We'll put one here. Hello. There we go. And over here. I spent all that time getting this rooted dirt and I'm not using that much of it, so I'm gonna probably have to find more places to use it. I do like that we have more dirt options than we used to. It used to just be like dirt and that was it, and then it would cover with grass and then you're out of luck. So it's nice to be able to see that we actually have something different, and there's a lot of like fun different textures to work with. So I'm gonna have to get some string or something to keep these vines at the length I want. But otherwise, I think that's gonna do it for this build. I will go through and put some more lanterns on. I don't have any walls on me at the moment. Otherwise, I'm gonna go through, put some posts and some lanterns throughout, and I'll be right back. And the lampposts are in. That means I can officially say that this build is complete. I'm really happy with how this came out. It's very simple compared to a lot of the other builds that I've been doing this series so far. I mean, the last build that I just did was this castle, and this thing is magnificent. I'm very proud of this castle, which we will get to in doing the interior and the courtyard soon. I needed a break after spending a long time working on this thing. I spent like a week just getting that video done, and then probably, I don't know, I think I've spent like a month building this thing, and I had a previous version of it as well. So this was a big build. If you haven't seen the last episode, 1, why are you here? 2, go watch it because it was good, and I'm really proud of that build, so you should definitely go watch it. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this turned out. I'm gonna go ahead and detail the trees off camera. It'll look very similar to this. I'll show it off in the next episode. And for now, that is where I'm going to have to leave it for today. If you've made it this far, then please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for the next one. I try to make videos every week, post a short every week. I'm busy. I'm doing stuff. And I'm busy with real life too, and yet here I am still making these videos, and I really love making these. These are a lot of fun, so I appreciate everybody who sticks around and watches them. Thank you very, very much for letting me make these videos. So yes, please make sure to do all those things, and I will see you next time. Oh, and by the way, if you have any names for those Allays, I have 4 of them. Leave suggestions in the comments if you made it this far. because I don't know what to name them, and they're just kind of hanging out by my house. They're very pesky little guys. So if you have any names for them, let me know. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!